Good morning, Kyle Gibbons, Operations. We'll give an operational update on Zone 1 of the Battle Mountain Complex. So Zone 1 is basically the old Boneyard fire that's now combined with the Monkey Creek fire. So the line for the zone is right here. Then everything west of that line is what we're calling Zone 1. So just wanted to lay that out there so we didn't have any confusion. So it's July 26th, and we've started to get some perimeter that we're feeling fairly confident with. And so we call these areas that they're contained on the fire line. So as you can see here right above Monument, so just to the north of Monument, we're feeling pretty confident that this perimeter is looking good. It's been mopped in probably 100 feet, maybe a little bit more. So that'd be getting that heat right on the perimeter. So using hand crews and water to eliminate that risk of fire spread. And then working around down in Division Zulu, continue to hold line in here, and things are looking pretty good. Then as we start to turn this corner here, this area we're still working on trying to get around and get a good solid line on. So we have some lines in place, some fire lines, so either hand line or dozer, but we haven't quite made the corner to where we're totally confident in that. So every day, every shift, we're working 24-hour shifts. Crews, they're losing a little bit of line. There's a flare up. It'll get across the fire line. They have to go back in and tie it back in with either a dozer or a hand crew. So we continue to work in this area. Expect the next couple of shifts to be very similar, and then hopefully we get ahead of it and get this area more secure. And then working into Division Alpha, we continue to hold and improve along here. So the line's holding, and then we just improve by eliminating more of that heat along the fire line. And then as we get into Foxtrot, do the same here, just hold and improve this line. And then as we turn the corner by the Tupper Guard Station here, we'll continue to bring fire along this ridge and road system, just enough to stay in front of the fire here. So we'll continue along here and then eventually tie into Zone 2 with this fire line. It'll be the plan. So the idea is to just stay ahead of it. So if there's drainages that are lining up where it could become an issue for control, then we'll put a little bit more fire down along the road, and when the conditions are right, and just make sure we continue to contain that in that area. Okay, and then moving down into Division Whiskey, continue to work on just point source protection of structures. So access is kind of an issue in here. So just working around the structures and then mopping up around there to make sure we don't lose any structures along this North Fork of the John Day right here. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Eric Perkins, Operations Section Chief here on the Battle Mountain Complex. I'll start up here and give you an idea of our plan for the day and kind of where we're at. Starting up here in Division Alpha, we're mopping that up, kind of thickening the the edge, the rind, if you will, of the interior, mopping it up to ensure that when, later in the summer, that nothing comes out of there. There are some interior smokes that are putting up a lot of smoke, and we'll go after some of those as well. Coming down here into the Highway 395 corridor, Division Kilo, they're working across the north end of that, trying to go as direct as they can and tight lining this, working towards this other division, Oscar. Highway corridor's looking really good. We do have one small little burnout to secure that southeast corner. We'll do it when the time is right and we have the right amount of personnel to do it. Currently, that fire's checked up in the drainage in there. Coming across the southern portion of the Division Kilo, yesterday still worked to catch some of the spot fires or slop over fires that came out of the John Day, North Fork of the John Day drainage. Got line around them, took most of the day, so didn't make much progress putting direct line in, moving to the west here. So we'll make sure that's secure, keep working west to try to tie into Division Quebec here, continue to put direct line. Quebec, it's kind of the same thing, catching the slop overs and spot fires from the previous day. A lot of structures in through here, and so a lot of structure protection, trying to protect that infrastructure, and then get direct line, just stop doing what we can to stop the progression of the fire. Almost the exact same thing here in Sierra, trying to get around this southern tip of Sierra here. More structure protection, got to deal with the middle fork of the John Day because the fire's obviously crossed south of the middle fork here, so get around that, try to get the control line as tight to the black as we can, and just to help stop the progression of the fire. Working up here towards Division Whiskey, which is actually from the Boneyard fire. Now that these two fires have merged, we've zoned the fire. Whiskey's actually in Zone 1. Coming up here to Division Oscar, the Potamus Creek drainage area. Same thing, you know, that Potamus is another great big drainage. When the fire comes out, we catch it up here on the flats. Eventually we'll get around the upper end of Potamus drainage and try to stop that forward progression in an area where we can put people safely, and we've had time to prepare that. And with any luck, we'll hold it right in here and then bring it down on the west side of Potamus Creek, or that drainage anyway, up on the top on the flatter area, and tie it into the Boneyard as well. So all in all, things are looking pretty good. Still a lot of work to do. We're still not out of the woods by any stretch of the imagination, but we're getting closer. Every day we make a little more progress on getting our overarching plan in play. So we'll just continue to work away at this. We've been doing it for a week, and there's plenty of work to do moving forward, but I do feel a little more comfortable on where we're at and how soon we'll actually get to where the fire progression stops. So thank you. Have a good day.